Starter Tech channel. Today we're gonna see how to use this module. It's an DC motor driver. It's an L298n which can drive like two DC motors or one stepper motor. So today we're gonna see how to use it step by step. So first of all, I'm gonna show what I'm gonna use. So my module here and Arduino Uno and some DC motors. I have those two DC motors and I have actually too much jump wires, so I'm gonna move all these things here. And so if you want to know more about this module, you can look in the internet for it, but here in this channel we only see how things works. But for this tutorial I'm gonna go step by step. So first of all, it's a dual H-bridge module. We're gonna see what's on each bridge. So for example, I have my this DC motor, so it can function with like a 9-volt battery. I'm gonna power it now, and you can see it turns to a side, and if I want to turn it like to the other direction, I should switch the minus with plus, and then we have like the rotation in the other direction. If always I want to do this, I have to like switch directions. But for the H bridge, this is how it works. It's actually we have like here we have like a motor. I'm gonna write M. It's a DC motor. So for a DC motor, you always know that you have like a plus and minus, or like plus and ground, and they actually matter. If you switch them, you will switch like the direction. So here to control it, we use like a thing called H bridge. Like we have interrupter here, then another interrupter here, another one here, and another one here. Connect them two, and here they all go to our like power source. For it's a DC power source, that's sure. Like I'm gonna use 2 cells battery, plus minus, plus and then minus. Oh sorry, I did that mistake here. So this is it. Like we have like interrupters here. I'm gonna call it like I1, I2, I3, I4. So if we close like the I1 and the I3, we have like the plus coming from here, and it goes directly to our plus here. Then the minus, like if we close this, the minus will go to our minus. And if we want to change direction, we should open this and close the other one. So if we have like the plus will go to the minus side, and the plus here from the motor will go to the minus side of the battery. So this is how actually H bridge work. So we control like every pair by one input. So for this like motor, as you can see, we're gonna need 4 inputs, but actually we're gonna need only 2, because we only have like this one with this one and this one with this one. And in our modules, it actually work like with some MOSFETs transistors. So this is the simple like presentation of the H bridge. And here in our motor we have both of them, and this is the pinout of the this module. We have 2 outputs here. They are the outputs for the motors, and you can see out 4, out 3, and here out 1, out 2. And then we have like this ground, and we have plus 12 volt. This is where you can power this module. It's either from the plus 12 volt or plus 5 volt. We're gonna see this step by step. And like this 5 volt can be like an input or our output, if you power like from here with 12 volt or 9 volt or something, you can power your Arduino from ground and plus 5 volt. And here we have like some inputs in like it's in 1 2 to 4, so we have them here. And those, like I said, this is the like the in 1 and the I2. Then for the other DC motor we have like I3 and I4. And here in this module we have like this jumpers. If you keep them, the like here the E and B will always be 5 volt and the other one always 5 volt. But you remove them, you can add these pins to control them from the Arduino to control the motor speed. So we're gonna see all these things step by step. You can remove like this jumper. So first of all, I'm gonna just wire my power, and this thing I'm gonna power it with my 9 volt battery. And actually, if you have like a constant source, it's better, or if you have lithium batteries or cells, it's actually more better because it drains a lot of battery. That's why you're gonna see I'm gonna unplug it a lot. So to power it, I'm gonna use like this 9 volt battery adapter, and here I have some wires. I'm gonna power it from like here I have the 9 volt. I should power it like from 12 volt and ground. So now it's powered, as you can see. And here here I don't have a multimeter, but if you measure between ground and 5 volt, you're gonna find 5 volt. It's like a pin in and out. So here I'm gonna wire my module with Arduino Uno, and I just used like one motor. I just used the motor A, which is the output 1, output 2. So first I'm gonna wire my module with my DC motor with the module. As I said, I'm gonna just use one motor now, just to go step by step. And here I have in 1, in 2. Let's see, in 1, in 2, in 1, in 2. Wire them with the like 9. And these pins you declare them in your code, and as in 1 correspond to like 9, and like in the in 2 to 8. And in the setup you're gonna use also like in 1 and in 2 as the output. As you know, I am gonna let like a link right below the wiring and the codes I'm using. So here I'm just explaining what are the code I'm using. I'm gonna sure leave them all in a link. So here we have like 9, 8. Here I have my battery and power my battery. And also don't forget to use the ground. You should ground this thing with that Arduino. And one day I forgot to use the ground, and things drove me a little bit crazy, because when I touch it, I ground it actually, then it functioned, and I remove my hand, doesn't work. I just realized I forgot to ground. I'm just using it here, like you can use this with another use them in a pin or something else, just they must be all in the same ground. So here is it. I'm gonna upload my code, then use the battery. I don't want to use actually the battery a lot. So my Arduino is powered from the laptop, and this motor will be powered from the battery. So the first code I'm uploading is just turning motor in a direction, then stop it. That's all you need for now. Turn it in a simple direction and stop. And so you can know for turning in a direction or other direction, you should create a functions. Here I'm leaving two functions: turn motor A and then turn off A. And the function, what they do, they actually have a digital write in input 1 and input 2. It's either make them high or low. You only have like three choice actually. You have either input 1 high, input 2 low, or input 1 low, input 2 high, or 2 input on low. When you make 2 input on low, you actually stop the motor. 2 input low, you stop it. 2 input 1, input 2, that's how you change direction. As I said in our things I did here, either I close these two or these two to change direction. So upload my code. I'm gonna wire my motor. Now it turns in a direction, then it stops for 2 seconds, turn again for 3 seconds, stop for 2 seconds. That's simple code, simple use you can do. So here I think everything's okay. We don't go faster. Now I'm gonna add switch direction. Switch direction is very simple. You just leave the wiring as is, and you go to your code and add the other direction, and all you have to do is to change switch between the high and low in the input. So here I uploaded my second code. I'm gonna power off my Arduino so you can see how the code function. So what the code do is actually just turn on the motor in a direction for 3 seconds, then turn it off for 2 seconds, and turn it on again 3 seconds in the other direction, then turn it off for 2 seconds. So here is it. I hope you can see this alright. So gonna remove this. Don't want to drain my little battery. It's night here and I can't go buy one now. So here you see I'm just using one motor, and for this now we have like turning in this both directions, and like the things I did here you can do it with a second motor. If you add a second motor, you just have to wire it here and then choose inputs for it too, and then turn it in a direction. And when you use this in your project or obstacle avoidance robot or something, you will if you have inverted direction, you can invert just the wire from the beginning, then you can have the direction right in your code. So this is it for our thing. Now I'm gonna add speed. So to control the speed of the motor, you should remove the jumper here. Jumper that corresponds to the motor you want to move, you want to control. So here is a jumper, I remove it. Now we have this enable A, it's not wired with the 5 volt anymore. So now we just wired it from the Arduino, and from the Arduino should wire it with an output here, output that can deliver the PWM signal, pulse width modulation signal, and it's like the pins that have that symbol right to them, like 3, 5, 6, and you wire this with your module, and then you declare it as output 2, and then you write on this thing a certain value, so like from 0 to 255, and you choose one of them. It depends also if you have like a high number like 255, sorry, you will have like a max speed. It's like correspond to 5 volt, and if you have like 0, it's 0, it will stop. So here I'm gonna add it to my code, and after before this, sorry, I should wire this my input, my enable A with an PWM output. Like I'm gonna choose the 3, pin number 3, and I'm gonna use like a code for the same thing, and I'm gonna let it for you in the description. So here we are for speed controlling. Actually, I've uploaded a code to control like this, and as I said, we should use like a digital output here which can deliver PWM signal, and to write this you should write from 0 to 255, and you should use like analog write. Don't do the same mistake as I just did. Like I've created a digital write, and the things wouldn't change speed, so that's wrong. A digital output like write only for 0 or 5, but analog output can deliver a PWM signal. So here my module is powered, battery. Again, I'm just uploaded the code. I just like unplugged my Arduino so you can see from the beginning. So here power it, here allow speed, then a high speed in the same direction. The code will be like simple and explained in the link right below. It's simple. Turning in the same direction for 2 seconds, stopped again 2 seconds, and turn in the same direction with other speed for 5 seconds, and turn off 2 seconds. So this is it for like this module. Now as you can see, it's simple to control one motor, we saw controlling speed and direction. You can do the same by controlling the other motor. So I'm gonna just wire it too, and do like inputs, other inputs too for the other motor, and create function for this motor too. Like we have function for turn in clockwise and counterclockwise or something like this. If you are using both of them, I'm gonna use that in obstacle avoidance robot. I'm gonna do it later. So you can create function with assemble both of them. Like what's mean forward? Forward means like put this input 1, input 2 on high low, and this like input 3, input 4 on high low too, or like the opposite, or I don't know. We have to test them to know what suits you the best. So I think this is it for our module. Like as I said, wiring and codes will be found in link right below. Link is simple, so toward my blog you can find everything there, everything I did. And please, if you want to support channel, leave a subscribe or a like if you like this video, a comment, or contact me if you have a problem. See you later. Thanks for watching.